Hey guys, this is Tim from BleepinJeep.com. I'm multitasking. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to do something. I'm not sure what I'm doing, but it's been 100 degrees out, so I'm going to cut some holes in my hood. Let's get started. Did you wash those, Matt, before you sent them? It tastes like sweet tea. No, we're not sawzalling anything today. Alright, so now that it's summertime and it's been 100 degrees plus for a week or two straight, this Jeep is running pretty hot. It's running about 210, 220. So for a while I've been toying with the idea of building some hood vents or through my work having some water jetted out. And that would give me a really nice finished product, but I also like to keep things really streamlined and clean looking. So what I've decided to do is I'm actually going to take this hole saw and just cut a pattern of 1 3/8 inch holes. And I'm not exactly sure what the pattern is going to end up like. I'm going to kind of wing it, just starting with one hole. And I have some layout here of a rough idea of what I'm going to do. And basically I want to follow the contours of the center line of my hood and then just kind of square to the windshield cowl area. Now obviously this isn't a solution to overheating. You know, I have a stock Jeep outside that I drive daily and it runs perfectly cool, 195 degrees or so. Without any hood vents or special anything. So I know this isn't a solution to my problem. This is just kind of a potentially cool looking get me by until I get the motivation to investigate my overheating problem or replace the radiator. And it'll be a fun project too. One of the first things you want to do is open your hood and get an idea of where all that reinforcement is. And I'm planning my layout around that so I don't drill through any of it. I'm going to lay a piece of plywood over the engine, and that way if I drill too deep accidentally, I'll hit that plywood before I hit anything important. Oh wait, I could take the hood off. That's way too much work. I've been up for a while doing mathematical equations trying to figure out the perfect 1 3/8 inch hole layout with 3/4 inch gap between all of them, forming some kind of a pyramid pattern. I'm going to drill a hole and wing it from there. So hopefully it comes out good, but I'm not too worried about it. I think we'll end up with a cool result. The only layout I have that is measured is this plane and that point, and then I have a mirror image over here. And I'm not going to get into details of layout too much. Basically I'm just following the contour of my hood line, and this could be 90 degrees, but in this case it isn't because I'm following the contour of the line back here of the hood. And I measured 5 1/4 inches out from the back because that's as close as I can get without going through that reinforcer underneath. So I'm going to make my first hole and then plan the rest on that. Morning. So I drilled that one hole last night, and you could probably tell I was getting kind of loopy. I was up pretty late. So after that one hole, I decided to put things on hold until the morning. which it is now. So we'll finish drilling the holes, and it's already 80 degrees in the garage here, and it's early, so hopefully we can get this done pretty soon. So this is what the first hole is looking like, and this line is nothing. A lot of this is nothing. Basically what I did to get this first hole, what I chose to do was I measured 3 inches over from the top of this radius, and I'm 5.5 to the center of this hole from the back of the hood. And I would have preferred to get this closer, but right underneath this is that stiffener, that big center support. So this edge here of the hole is as far back as I can go without touching that support underneath. And nothing is really square here. This isn't 90 degrees. What I did, as I mentioned, is I came 3 inches over, made my dot here, and then this line is just maintaining that 3-inch spacing from the contour of the hood line, and I think that'll be pretty decent. Basically make your first hole, if you want to do this, make your first hole and then take whatever diameter your bit is, in this case 1 3/8, and then measure from the leading edge of your hole 1 3/8 down. That'll give you the center mark for your pilot bit, leaving you with about a 3/4 inch spacing. So that's an easy way to lay it out. So I'll finish punching a few holes here, and then I'm just going to continue to make rows, and I'm going with kind of a pyramid-like pattern here. So every vertical row I come down, I'll just keep doing 1 hole less until I end up wherever I end up. That'll work. Look at that. So there's probably a mathematical explanation for this, but I wanted 3/4 inch spacing between my holes, and I happened to go with the 1 3/8 bit, and then measuring from this point to the center of the next, and then drilling on that point gave me exactly 3/4 inch spacing. So that's kind of cool. I just lucked out on that. I didn't intend for that to happen so well, but it did. So that's kind of cool. I love it when things work out. This is kind of cool. When I started doing this, I was hoping that I would be able to cut this paint chip out, and just coincidental here on my spacing, my 6th hole, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, my 6th hole is going to be right there, dead center, right in the middle of that paint chip. And that's pretty much the only imperfection on this hood, aside from my holes. And that's cool. I'm glad that worked out. And that's how you fix a paint chip. So now I need to decide if I'm going to do a pyramid-like pattern like I had thought originally, or if I'm going to keep it a rectangle. Right now I'm thinking of doing a pyramid pattern. That way if I don't like it, I can just add some holes and turn it into a rectangle. I don't know, I just need to sit up here and stare at it for a while and I'll figure it out. I'm pretty impressed with this Milwaukee bit. I think it's intended for a impact driver. It's a Milwaukee Shockwave, and it's got this nice pilot bit and a spring that pops your holes out, which is cool. But it's not walking at all. It's right where I pull it off, it starts drilling, so that's cool. Anyways, I'm pretty happy with that, and I'll turn the camera back on after I sit up here and stare at it and listen to the radio, and then I'll have a better idea of what's going on in here. Why did I just drill holes in my hood? Yeah, whatever. That's freaking hot. This is all I'm going to do for now. I was thinking of doing 2 more short rows, but I kind of like this minimal pattern. So later on, if I feel like I need to add more holes, I can. But for now, this is all I'm going to do for the vent holes on the driver's side, and then I'll mirror this on the passenger side, and then we'll take it for a drive and see how it looks, see how it does outside. And we'll go from there. I'll get all that Sharpie cleaned off. Alright, so there we have it. I've got all my holes cut out. We just finished the passenger side. I'm pretty happy with how it came out. It looks nice. Looks good. So now I'm going to deburr the holes, and I'm going to take some, probably scratch, cell phone, probably some of that scratch touch-up paint, the same color as the factory paint, and then I'll just paint the inside where they're cut so that they don't rust. And then we'll go take it for a spin. Alright guys, well thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something, or at least maybe I inspired you to help get some hot air out of your engine bay. The bit I was using, again, that was a Milwaukee Shockwave 1 3/8 hole saw bit, and I was pretty impressed with it. It really did good. It didn't wander or anything, cut some really nice clean holes out, and has that cool little spring that sometimes pops your cutouts out of the bit, which is nice. And I'm happy with the overall finished product. It looks good. I haven't painted the inside perimeter yet. I'll do that when I do it. And right now it's the middle of summer, so I'm not worried about rain or snow or pine needles or leaves or debris getting into my hood. But I do intend to fab something up that goes underneath the holes that will still allow hot air to escape, since that's the whole point. And but also, as it rains, it'll catch water, and it's just going to be like 2 angled plates underneath the holes that when water falls through, it'll hit the plates, and then that'll direct it away from any electrical or other components inside the engine, and keep everything nice and dry that should be nice and dry, and everything else will be what it is. So, alright, cool. Well, thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. Check out BleepinJeep.com, and we'll see you in the next video.